Hey, would it be? It's your boy DREOG. Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're rocking with the vibes and the content. But look, hey man, y'all see by the title today, the Japanese is out here. You know what I'm saying? I can't look. Y'all know what the title say. But look, yo, let's make sure we smash this like button on this video right here. Let's get this video right here like to a lot of people. Let's get it to like 10,000 likes, people. That's very doable for this channel, and I do appreciate it, you know. But look, let's hop into this video. Hopefully y'all having a good day. Just know, always going through this thing called life together. Nothing but good vibes over here. You're always welcome. Let's get it.
Hello there. So, a while ago I uploaded a video talking about the allegations made by the conspiracy theorist Linda Moulton Howe on a terrifying incident that took place in a Japanese robotics lab where 4 autonomous robots killed 29 scientists before they could finally shut them down by dismantling them completely.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd, but the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before. And this next sentence is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious, Linda, but you're never going to hear about this in the news.
A lot of viewers were skeptical,
absolutely not,
while others did not rule out the possibility of this actually happening. So I found this clip from an interview she did after the fact, where she explains in detail how she got this information and who was the whistleblower that actually conveyed this news to her in the first place. In the clip I'm about to show you, she also talks about how Elon Musk knew about these kinds of experiments and how he warned the world before this incident even happened.
July, August of 2017. In the prior year, I had been communicating with a Marine who had retired from the Marines but was working special forces. And he had been communicating to me about a number of ET-related revelations, secrets that he and a team of special forces were involved with. And so he had kept in touch with me, usually through short texts, or every once in a while, he would call and say, you're tapped, I'm tapped, I'm only going to speak for, and it would be like 30 seconds or a minute, and then hang up. And I understood why, and that was what we were doing. Well, it was in August of 2017. The phone rang, I picked it up. I knew his voice. Can't stay on the line long, but I want you to know that this week, which would have been I think 2nd week of August 2017, in Japan, 29 humans were killed in a laboratory that was producing militarized robots by the Japanese for warfare. And then he went on to explain what he had learned, because they're in these units, that something like that would happen, they would receive information. And he said that the story was the 4 militarized robots were being made to be autonomous warriors. And that they don't know why, but
you know what? This shit is really sounding so familiar right now, people. Ain't this sounding like Terminator? It's really sounding like Terminator to me. Like Terminator vibes going on here, y'all. Let me know in the comments down below if y'all getting Terminator vibes. And then it sounds like she met this mysterious man off of Tinder or something. You know, like he only hit her up when he want to tell her something, you know? Like, I don't know, I gotta see some paperwork on this though. I gotta see some more documents. Let's keep going though. I don't want to discredit her story, but this is definitely fascinating, people.
4 rebelled or acted autonomously, and as they acted autonomously, they killed 29 humans in this lab. And whoever was left on the human side began pulling, this is the way he said, they began pulling the robots apart. They got 2 of them completely disassembled. We're working on the 3rd, and then the analysis later was what happened with the 4th. The 4th was communicating with a satellite that they were teaching these militarized robots how to communicate with the satellites to get information on missions, and that the 4th robot was now extending up to the satellite and was searching for information about how to make itself stronger to take on, apparently, the remaining humans. What did they do exactly to that 4th?
That's wow.
I don't know, but I understand they took it apart. Would they ever put them back together?
I know we probably say no, but absolutely not, nigga. Look, but you see what we dealing with. Chances are, nigga, they put it back together.
So now, we're up to a point in August of 2017 where I'm hearing a story that is shocking, and I would say is like a warning that hits you out of the blue. That if in August of 2017, 4 militarized robots being taught to be autonomous could do that in a lab, it made Elon Musk, only 2 months before, in June, at the Rhode Island Governors Association meeting. There were 33 governors from the United States, and Elon Musk was one of the invited speakers. And when they sat him down in a chair, and they started asking him his perspective as being head of Tesla and SpaceX, he said, I think that the greatest problem that scares me the most is artificial intelligence. And he said statements like, people don't understand that the robots, they are not going to need sleep. They're not going to need sick days. They're going to be able to do everything better, faster, more efficiently, and smarter than humans. And then he went on and he said, I am convinced that artificial intelligence right now is an existential threat to this planet.
The meeting she mentioned in the clip was the...
You gotta think, though. You gotta think. Like, all of these movies be pointing back to the robots wanting to do something to us, and there's many different reasons why they would want to do that. You got to think what we're currently doing to this planet, and you got to think, to be a forward thinking, you got to understand that, yeah, this is not going well because what's being done to the planet, and in order to survive, what balance is going to have to be restored, right? So how is balance going to get restored? Who is the bigger problem on this planet? Yeah, nigga, I know. Very uncomfortable, but we're here now, what, 2023, and they're still doing experiments with robotics and stuff like that. We didn't see the movie Terminator. See why they made it. That's because this has to be put out in the public domain. Oh, so they can say that, oh, I told you. But look, let's keep watching though.
National Governors Association meeting, or the NGA, where the governors of 55 states meet twice a year to discuss issues of national and state importance and to develop policy initiatives that address the most pressing issues facing the states. The meeting also provides an opportunity for governors to meet with representatives from the federal government and the private sector. In 2017, Elon Musk attended the NGA meeting and had an hour-long interview where he expressed his opinion on several subjects, including artificial intelligence.
Somebody asked me to ask you this. We talked about workforce today, but they asked me, are robots going to take our jobs, everybody's jobs in the future? Or how much do you see artificial intelligence coming into the workplace?
Well, first of all, I think on the artificial intelligence front, you know, I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI. And I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, because it seems so ethereal. I think we should be really concerned about AI, and I think we should. AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive, because I think by the time we're reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. And normally the way regulations are set up is that a whole bunch of bad things happen, there's a public outcry, and then after many years, a regulatory agency is set up to regulate that industry. And there's a bunch of opposition from companies who don't like being told what to do by regulators. Anyway, it takes forever. That in the past has been bad, but not something which represented a fundamental risk to the existence of civilization. AI is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization, in a way that car accidents, airplane crashes, faulty drugs, or bad food were not. They were not. They were harmful to a set of individuals within society, of course, but they were not harmful to society as a whole. AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that. It's not fun being regulated. It's not, it can be pretty irksome, but in the car business, we get regulated by Department of Transport, by EPA, and a bunch of others, and there's regulatory agencies in every country. In space, we get regulated by FAA, but if you ask the average person, hey, do you want to get rid of the FAA, and just like take a chance on manufacturers not cutting corners on the aircraft because profits were down that quarter? I was like, hell no. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I think even people who are pretty extremely like libertarian free market, they'd be like, yeah, we should probably have somebody keeping an eye on the aircraft companies, making sure they build a good aircraft and good cars and that kind of thing. So, I think there's a role for regulators. That's very important. And I'm against overregulation for sure. But man, I think we better get on that with AI pronto. So there'll certainly be a lot of job disruption, because what's going to happen is robots will be able to do everything better than us. I'm including, all of us, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what to do about this. This is really like the scariest problem to me, I tell you.
I'm gonna tell you this. He's trying his hardest to just say the right things. That's because he know that everything he says, he's trying to carefully. You see how you can tell by the tone of his voice and the pattern, his speech patterns, where he's trying to find the correct word. And not to overly say anything, because he is being regulated on something else within himself. And that's his speech. He can only say so much before these people really start to come for him, There's a lot of other stuff going on in this world. Just because you don't understand and it's not practical to your reality at this point, other people are seeing stuff, are at the ground zero of where these things happen. And a lot of people was at this ground zero, they see what's about to happen, but the rest of the world don't. But they can't say anything because you got bad people that don't want this secret to be out there, So he's picking and choosing his words wisely, and can't knock him for that.
And
it's a reason why he want to go to Mars, y'all.
I really think we need government regulation here, just because this is, ensuring that the public good is served. Because you've got companies that are racing, that they kind of have to race to build AI, or they're going to be made uncompetitive. You know, like essentially, if your competitor is racing to build AI and you don't, they will crush you. So then you're like, we don't want to be crushed. So, you know,
create
I
AI
guess we need to
too.
build it too. That's where you need the regulators to come in and say, hey guys, you all need to really, you know, just pause and make sure this is safe. And like when it's cool and we're convinced and the regulators are convinced that it's safe to proceed, then you can go. But otherwise, slow down. But you kind of need the regulators to do that for all the teams in the game. You know.
What, a global team?
Otherwise, the shareholders will be saying like, hey, why aren't you developing AI faster? Because your competitor is. I'm like, okay, we better do that.
That's what I was thinking.
Anyway, so it's like, I mean, there's like something like 12% of jobs are transport. Transport will be one of the first things to go fully autonomous. But when I say everything, like the robots will be able to do everything.
I haven't seen any evidence myself that supports these robots doing what this, you know, lady has said. But at the same time, I will say I've heard stories of this. Seen some robotics that was very that the rest of the world haven't seen, and it's I don't know, man. I'm gonna shut up. But at this point, I say it's creepy, and I think it should be regulated. But at the same time, you got to think the development of robotics is a sticky thing, because you got to think we're competing with every other country, right? So you want to stay ahead of your competitors, and what are you going to do? You're going to be willing to do certain things in order to stay ahead of the game. That's all this is a rat race, people. But at the same time, believe what you want to believe. Do your own research on these topics and stuff like that. But look, man, this is another one of those things where you have to really go out there and do your own due diligence and come back and see what you found, man. Because there is technologies out here that you just don't know about. I'm just gonna say it like that. But look, like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out of here. Loud.